Hello, 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 all you beautiful people. Welcome into the Fat Fam house this evening. Welcome in, Fire Assassin. Thank you for the host, sir. Good to see you in this evening. I hope you're doing wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, welcome in to my cooking stream this evening. We are going to be making pumpkin cheesecake, cake balls, and some pumpkin spice bites. Everybody is loving the fall recipes, so I just thought I would keep them coming for a little bit. So we are going to jump into the kitchen here and we are going to start working on this. Let me see here. Need to move my camera. Sorry, guys. All right. So we are going to make two recipes. We're going to make the pumpkin spice bites and the pumpkin cheesecake cake balls. And I'm going to start with the pumpkin spice bites because they're supposed to sit in the refrigerator for 30 minutes before we mold them or do anything to them. So I want to go on and get those setting up so we can get those in the fridge. So what we're going to do here for the pumpkin spice bites is I have my bowl here and I'm going to take some pumpkin puree and we're going to do a third of a cup of fresh pumpkin, canned pumpkin. This is just 100% Libby's pure pumpkin puree, not the pumpkin pie mix. You don't want that. And we're going to take a third of a cup out. So let me get this in here. Hope everyone has had a wonderful weekend so far. Okay. So I have my pumpkin in there. And now I'm going to add some almond butter. I just have some Barney's almond butter, the smooth kind. So I'm going to add some almond butter. And we're going to put a third of a cup of almond butter. So I'm going to use this measuring cup again. I'm going to get a different spatula here. And I'm going to dig out some almond butter here. All right. So I've leveled that out. So I'm going to take my third cup of almond butter and put in here. Alrighty. Hey, Alice, what's up? Oh, it's been pretty good. Jeffro's not feeling well. He actually has been sleeping quite a bit today. He actually went back to bed. That's where he is now. He's just watching some TV, and I took him his dinner in there. He's just not feeling too great. Now we're gonna put some honey, a fourth a cup of honey. So I'm gonna get my little measuring cup here, and I have some honey. And I'm gonna put some honey in here, and I'm gonna measure it to a fourth of a cup. Here we go. Yeah, he does too. He just feels really exhausted too, and just not feeling good. He's had like a stomach ache. And then last night for dinner we got Asian, and he had some red curry, and that didn't do very well for him. He's never had red curry. He's always had yellow curry. And something about it just didn't sit well with his stomach at all last night. He felt very nauseated. So that is on top of it. And he didn't sleep good last night. So I have the pumpkin, the almond butter, and the honey in here. And let's see, it needs a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Let's see, I didn't get that. Let me grab that. Okay, so what does it say? A teaspoon? So we're going to put just a little drop in here. Not a little more than that. There we go. That's about a teaspoon. And we're going to stir this up until smooth, it says. So let me go on and try to start mixing this together, incorporating the pumpkin with the almond butter here. Every time I smell pumpkin puree, it makes me think of baby food. I swear it smells like sweet potatoes. Hey! All right. Just gonna mix this up. Now, it says we are going to add 1.5 cups of rolled oats to this. I use quick oats, so they're nice and smaller. So we need to add 1.5 cups. So this is a 1/2 cup measurement. So half. There's one. And let me open the other one here. And there's the half. So I'm going to add that to the mixture. And we need to add in 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. So here's my 1/4 of a teaspoon. So we're going to add in 1/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. And we are going to add, let's see, 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. So I have my nutmeg here. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of ginger. And then, what does it say? A teaspoon of salt. And we're going to mix all this together. And we're going to chill this in the refrigerator for 30 minutes, okay? And then we're going to move on to our next recipe here. So let's chill. Let's stir this and then we'll chill it. This kind of reminds me of chocolate grandma cookies I've made before with oats. It smells really good. I've never made this before, by the way, y'all. This is a new recipe. So I'm just going to kind of... So we've mixed all this together. And I'm going to set this in the refrigerator for 30 minutes, okay? And then we're going to work on our next recipe. So let me go over here and set this in the fridge. Hey, BC, what's up, buddy? Okay. Okay. Now, while those are in the fridge, let's see. Okay. Seeing what time it was. Now we're gonna start on the pumpkin cheesecake pops, okay? The cake pop things here. Okay. So, before you start on this, I went ahead and pre-did this. So we wouldn't have can't wait an hour for a cake to mix. But I made a pumpkin cake, okay? So let me show you guys. You just make it in a cake pan. And you're going to crumble it up like this. It's going to be very moist. And it looks like it resembles pumpkin pie. It is literally a very moist pumpkin cake. It's very delicious. I mean, to me, this would be even a good cake to make in circle pans and ice with cream cheese icing and fill with cream cheese. It's really good. In this cake, you put 4 large eggs, 1.5 cups of sugar, a cup of vegetable oil, or for a healthier alternative to the cup of vegetable oil, you can do a 1/2 cup of applesauce and a 1/2 cup of olive oil. And then you do 1 can of pumpkin puree, a 15-ounce can, 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, and 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. You mix it up, and then you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees and bake this for about 30 minutes and then let it cool, and you can leave it in the pan. So this is going to be really, really cool. This is something new. I've made cake pops before, but these are cheesecake ones. Never made pumpkin ones, made chocolate ones. So this is I do them for weddings and stuff, but we're gonna do this. So this is gonna be cool. I know I can't wait either because now I'm trying to figure out what you're shipping me, Brian. Is it caramel apples? No, I'm just playing. You said it was Christmas, something Christmas. I'm just playing with you, Brian. I know it's not. Yeah, I do need some new cowboy boots. Brian, I wear lace up cowboy boots. Ropers, they're called ropers. They lace up. And I'm an 8 or an 8.5, depending on how the boot is made, okay? And I wear flip flops too. No, Jeffro is the fruit roll up guy, not me. Okay, so our cake I cooked last night and I let it cool. Now we also want to make some frosting. So you're going to make some cream cheese frosting. And I used an 8-ounce package of cream cheese at room temperature, 8 tablespoons of butter, a little bit of vanilla, and 3 cups of confectioner sugar. I whipped it together in my stand mixer and I made the cream cheese icing, okay? Oh my gosh, I know it's Thanksgiving in Canada and you're having brown gravy, aren't you, Destroyer? You're eating brown gravy, I bet. Are you eating a ham, though? Tell me you're having ham, Destroyer. And happy Thanksgiving in Canada, by the way. So now we're going to crumble this cake into this bowl, okay? So I'm just going to start crumbling this in here. Turkey, turkey, turkey. Do y'all eat ham, Destroyer? Let me take my ring off. Set it over there. You are more than welcome. Destroyer, I actually thought of you this week. I have to tell you something funny. So I don't know if you listen to country music, but I love country music, always have. And there is I like older country music, and especially the 90s country. But anyways, there is a song, Destroyer, that is sung by the late Joe Diffie, and it's called Brown Gravy. And he's saying, "Good brown gravy." And I heard that on the radio this week, and I busted out laughing because I thought of you. I don't know why, but I did. And I just started laughing. I don't know if you've ever heard that song. If not, it's on Spotify. If you haven't, you'll just have to look it up. It made me bust out laughing because I instantly thought of you. Oh my gosh, we have a place here that cures hams so good. Just a place that does hams. It's been a family-owned thing since like the 50s here. Oh my gosh. It's expensive, but I wish it wasn't expensive and wouldn't take forever to get to Canada. I swear I would send you one. Yay, Frank! What's up, friend? Yeah, 90s country's the best, Destroyer. But yes, find that Joe Diffie song, Good Brown Gravy. I thought of you. Yeah, I went to a lot of country music concerts in the 90s. My mom loved country, so did my dad. I went with some friends. We used to go to concerts all the time. I've seen so many country artists, a lot of them that aren't even popular anymore or even in existence. And my favorite artist was Garth Brooks. I went to his very first concert that was here in Nashville, outside of Nashville, in a little town called Murfreesboro. And he played at the MTSU campus. I went there and saw that in the 90s. And then he just kept coming back, and I would stand in line and get tickets that when before you could do them online. The days of the 90s of standing in line at Ticketmaster. Gosh, this smells so good. This crumbles easy too for this, y'all. Oh, really? That's cool, Frank. I saw I've seen some of the older ones too, because like, I grew up around Opryland too. So I saw like Ronnie Millsap, Ricky Skaggs, Little Jimmy Dickens, Dolly Parton, uh, let's see, who else was Charlie Daniels. He's also was my neighbor before he passed. Uh, let's see. Who else? Golly, I can't remember. Little Texas, Confederate Railroad. I seen Tracy Lawrence. Tanya Tucker, Lori Morgan. Let's see who else. Pam Tillis. I seen her daddy, Mel Tillis. Um, then my cousin, he used to be he played the banjo and stuff, and he would play at the Grand Ole Opry. My cousin would. So I went there and got to see some concerts that he played with and stuff like that. So I've seen a lot of the local Opry people, the regulars. A lot of them are passed away. John Anderson. Oh my gosh, cool, Destroyer. I'm so glad you know like who they are, Destroyer, because most of these people nobody knows, and I always listen to Joe Diffie, and I was never a big Dwight Yoakam fan though. Never seen him in concert. I used to listen to a lot of bluegrass because there's a lot of bluegrass around here. And when Opryland was open, they played a lot of bluegrass. And pre-COVID, we go to the Smoky Mountains a lot, and we go to Dollywood and stuff. A long time ago, we had season passes to Dollywood, but they have gospel and bluegrass music up there that they play at Dollywood. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. And a lot of Dolly's family plays there too at the park. She has some nieces and her brother that just passed away not too long ago. He used to have a show there, and I used to go watch there too. Okay, let me finish crumbling this up. Man, this is a lot. My mom loved Ronnie Millsap a lot, and we got to see him in concert at the Geo Center in Opryland when it was open. You have pecan pie? Let's go. That's what's your favorite? What's your first favorite pie, Destroyer? I'm curious. Do you know? I just saw what you wrote, Frank, about Mel Tillis. Do you know that he was a cut up though? He was kind of funny, and he used to cut up. And one time I went and oh, okay, Destroyer. That's not really a thing here much, but I know what you're talking about. But he was a cut up Frank, and I got to see him at the Grand Ole Opry one time. And you know what was so funny? He told this joke, Frank, and I still think about it. And it was a joke, but it was the truth. One time when his daughter, Pam Tillis, was young, someone apparently tried to break into the window. And as you know, Mel Tillis stuttered really bad. But when he sang, he didn't stutter. And so, hello, hello, hello. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome to the Fat Fam. So he would stutter, Frank. And so he said someone was breaking in the window. And his wife was in the bed, his daughter was upstairs, and he got frustrated. And he says that he was trying to tell his family someone was breaking in the window, and Mel Tillis says he didn't know what else to do because he was trying to go, someone's in the window, and he said he kept going, and he said he couldn't get it out. So he says he starts singing. So his family wakes up, and he said he sang to the top of his lungs, and he starts going, someone's breaking in the window, someone's coming in our house, and he said he just started singing so everyone could get up, and he had the crowd roaring. Everyone was laughing because he don't stutter when he sings, and I could just imagine him singing through his house. Someone's coming in the window. Oh, Norway, let's go. Welcome in. Welcome into the Fat Fam house. We are glad to have you. A lot of rain in Norway, huh? 2:33 in the morning, I guess. It's been raining here some too in the US where we're at, but not, it's finally stopped, so that's a good. All right, now we have our cake all crumbled up in the bowl. And now that this is crumbled up, we're going to add our frosting mixture that we made into the crumble cake, and we're going to mix it as best we can in this bowl until we can combine it, okay? The mixture, it should be moist, it says, so we can roll it into 1.5-inch balls. Hey, Alex, what's up? You're on Eastern Standard Time, Alex? We're on Central here. Alrighty, guys and gals, I'm going to start putting this in here. And I just mix this in my stand mixer. Thanksgiving isn't till November here in the US. Of course, most of you know that probably. It's like the third week, I think, in November. All right. 85, clear skies. 61 in Calgary. Wow. Sometimes I wish I was in New Mexico, Frank. I don't like the winter. It's not winter here yet, but I'm just kind of feel it. It's going to happen soon. All right. Now this is going to be kind of difficult to stir. It says to kind of push it down and stir. I was about to ask you if it got like cool there in Mexico, because I've heard, that there are cool nights there. I know someone that owned property there. It was actually my uncle. He got sick and didn't get to build, and passed away before he got to build, but he bought property in New Mexico. He had a bunch of friends there. My uncle was going to build there. And he said one time it got kind of cool at night there, but it was very pleasant. I see what they say about this being moist. Oh, this is kind of wear your arm out. Trying to get the dry off the bottom. Okay, almost got it. Gosh, this smells delicious. I love this pumpkin spice smell. This is something that would be good for Thanksgiving if you're going somewhere and you have to bring something. Okay, hopefully that is good enough. Thor, what's up? Really, Frank? Destroyer, you can send it to a VIP or a mod and they can post a link. Really, Frank? Interesting. My husband's from Florida, as I've told you guys before, and he's from the beach side, but his family sold their businesses and moved inward into Florida, and they're kind of middle North Florida now. And they actually, where they live, they can get in the 30s at night. Uh, and Frank, he sent you a link. You should be able to post it as a VIP. I think we changed that, and VIPs can post links. There you go. So it can get in the 30s where they live in Florida, and we went in 2017 for 3 weeks, and it was in October, and they actually turned the heat on while we were there because it got down so low. It was like 30 something degrees. It was crazy. Okay. All right. I'm going to move this over here. Now, we're going to roll these into about a 1.5 inch ball. And it says they should be able to hold their shape. We're going to place on this parchment paper here, and we're going to put in the freezer for about 10 minutes so it firms up, okay? Wow, is that 22 Fahrenheit, Destroyer, or Celsius? Yikes. Yeah, we still got our air conditioning on too, Frank. It got up to 85 here today, Fahrenheit. Let's see. Let me see what it says here. It says we're 73 degrees right now, Fahrenheit. All this is a Fahrenheit. So let me look. It the low is 64 Fahrenheit tonight. Let me look at the daily forecast. All week through next weekend, the highs are 80 and 84 with the lows of 66 at night. Then it looks like on Sunday, October 17th, the highs are only in the 60s, like 69, and the lows at night are 45 to 55. We still won't turn the heat on, obviously. It's going great, Thor. Okay, so now we're going to start pulling these out and putting them onto this paper. And we're going to set these in the freezer for a minute. And behind me over here, let me show you. I have my double boiler, and it has my water in the bottom. And in the top, it had a little bit of paraffin wax that you use for cooking. I melted. I put a whole bag of white chocolate and just a little bit of chocolate to tint it. And I'm melting that because once these come out of the freezer, we're going to dip it into that chocolate. Destroyer's having a great night, Thor. It is Thanksgiving in Canada. So let me see here about how much I need to get. Okay. So I roll that into a little ball here. And I'm going to put on this paper here. I keep getting too much. Ah! And I'm just kind of spreading these out. So I don't know if y'all saw in our Discord or you've heard already, but October 18th, the Venom grabber thing in Fortnite, they're going away off the map. So I'm very happy about that. So hopefully people won't be jerking us through builds anymore. This smells really good. I always make a pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving too. That is a must around here. If these turn out good, though, I may make some of these on Thanksgiving. This tastes just like pumpkin pie, but in the cake form. It's so delicious. This is the first time I've made this cake recipe. And oh my gosh, it tasted so good. Why are you so happy? Are you so happy because my package is going to get here soon, Brian? Yeah, Brian, I've never made this recipe before. I've made cake balls before, obviously. But these are pumpkin cheesecake ones. And you dip them in a white chocolate or something like that, or you can dip them in milk chocolate, whichever one you like. So obviously the cream cheese uh, mixture is what's making these mushy to roll up. I can't wait, Brian. I cannot wait. I like surprises. I know you have my house address, BC. Most people don't. Is it coming to my house or my P.O. box? So I know where to look for it. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. I don't know if y'all saw Miss Hippie's Instagram this evening, but apparently she got a dog. We all know she had her little cat, but apparently she got a dog because she posted a picture of this cute little puppy. It looks like a puppy anyway. Looks like a Yorkie, and she says newest member or newest addition. I think it's his name is Marley. Man, they smell good. That's what I thought of cilantro. We're Marley and Marley. Ooh, from the Muppets Christmas Carol. These are so messy. Look at my hands. Cake fingers, cake fingers. Ooh. I need to play some Fortnite. I'm kind of behind. I have punch cards I haven't done yet. For like, I don't even know if I finished the big mouth one yet. And there's a mushroom guy, and I know some people assisted me with them that were doing them, and I hadn't even started them. I need to go see which ones I need to do. Those punch cards had me all messed up trying to figure out, because I forget to go in there and look. I'm just used to challenges popping up and doing them. Yeah, I don't think we have any of that in the South Destroyer. It's kind of a foreign to us. I find different cultures to be awesome, though. I like watching the food shows where they go to different countries and they have different foods and stuff. I think it's pretty awesome. Are you playing Fortnite later, BC? You should help me with my punch cards. Uh-oh, if cilantro loves it, BC, I'm gonna love it. Oh, okay, Frank. Maybe that's why I'm not familiar with it. Does it have to be in a hot or cold environment? Oh my gosh, cilantro, now you get me excited. Okay, now let me try to manage to take this off without getting goop on my headset. Oh, cooler environments, Frank. That's why I guess it doesn't grow well. Near water? Cool. Okay, I'm gonna set these in. I'm gonna try to make room in one of my freezers for these. Okay, I got some stuff out of the way, and I got my other mixture out of the fridge. The next thing I need to invest in is either a mic and headset with a long cord so I can walk around the kitchen and you guys can hear me. Or I need to get some kind of wireless one because the one I got was crappy, so I sent it back. All right, these set for 30 minutes. These are the pumpkin spice bites. Now, we're going to take those out, and it says take a tablespoon and scoop out the mixture and roll into balls. And then you can store in the refrigerator in an airtight container for like a week. So I'm just going to take my little cookie thing here and just scoop them out and roll them. And I just made them into little balls. And I'm just going to put them on here. And these you don't dip in anything. You just pick them up and eat them. That's why I said it kind of reminds me of chocolate grandma cookies like I made, except for they're just pumpkin spice bites. So these are a little neat treat to have. They're just pumpkin spice bites. They look like grandma cookies, but not chocolate. That's what they remind me of. Oh, I know what a Juneberry is. I know what Juneberries are. My grandma used to talk about Juneberries. I know exactly what Juneberries are. My grandma used to talk about them. I think we have some on our farm. So this is what they look like, if it'll focus. Come on and focus, camera. But they have oatmeal in them. There it goes. And they're just bites. You just pick them up and eat them. They're not the texture of a cake or anything. They're oatmeal, kind of like oatmeal, like a cookie would be. It says you can store these in a container, but I'd be afraid they like all stick together. Ooh, that might be good destroyer. You know what I was thinking too would be good with these is to drizzle a little bit of this chocolate on it. Just drizzle it. Don't dip it in it. Now this one recipe, apparently, like I said, this is a new recipe. I just now tried it. It doesn't make a bunch of these. So, uh, you have plenty of almond butter left and the pumpkin puree that you could make another batch if you wanted to take them somewhere. Yeah, I melted white chocolate, but I put just a little bit of chocolate in it for the cake pops or cake balls, whichever one you call it. All right. Almost done with this. So it doesn't make a lot. This one batch doesn't. Made 18. Okay. Now let me wash my hands again. Yes, I think I know who you're talking about, Destroyer. Yes, the checkered shirt and the suspenders. Yes, I've seen him. That was like a show from a long time ago, I think. Yes, 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 cilantro. It does. Okay. Yo, thank you for the host, Grand slash Frank. Ooh, look at this. Let me show you guys this. Hold on, I'm doing something back here. So, that chocolate I'm going to dip these cake pops in. I drizzled some on these. Yeah, he was funny, but I didn't like his food. So look at these. Whoopsie, he rolled away. I drizzled chocolate on these. I'm going to set these over here to dry. And just a second, we're going to be able to get out the cake balls, the cheesecake balls I put in there. And I'm going to be able to dip these over here. I'm going to get some toothpicks. I don't even know Walking Dead. I never watched that show. Let me see how these are setting up. Okay. I'm going to take some of these toothpicks here out of my toothpick holder if I can get them out. Hopefully these set long enough. You want dead people walking? Okay. Now we're going to dip this in the chocolate. Drizzle it off. Let me see here. Okay. Now, if you have some sprinkles or anything like that, you can decorate these. These are some Halloween sprinkles I had. I'm gonna let this chocolate sit here till it starts trying to harden up, and then I'll have to put it back on the stove. Let me move this a little closer. This reminds me of making peanut butter balls. I made them on stream one time. That's something we only make at Christmas, peanut butter balls, and they're delicious. Yeah, and there was a recipe I made, Destroyer, the peanut butter balls that I made on stream. They have graham crackers in them to make the peanut butter mixture. They're so good. I like graham crackers. These little sprinkles are neat. They give them a little Halloween look. I haven't tried one yet, Destroyer, but I did try a little bit of the cake when it came out of the oven last night to see what it tasted like because I'd never made this cake recipe. And the cake was so delicious. Like, I would make it in 2 round pans and ice it with cream cheese icing, totally, and have, like, a pumpkin cake. It says you can put this in a container because the chocolate will dry, and store it on the counter. I think that's up to you if you wanna do that or not. This is something I might store in the fridge, because the chocolate will stay a little harder for you, and, um, it does have cream cheese in the batter because they're pumpkin cheesecake pops. Right here, you can tell that this cake batter comes to room temperature pretty quickly too, that you're dipping. I left them in there just like 12 minutes, but it said 10 to 15. You might want to, whoops, I just put some sprinkles in there. You might want to let it sit a little longer in the freezer. Man, and this stuff tries to dry like this chocolate as soon as I'm pulling it out. It is very, very fast drying. Puff loves pumpkin pie, so he'll probably like these. Like, that's his favorite thing at Thanksgiving, I think. I think these need to go back in the freezer for a minute. The cake is wanting to crumble apart when I dip it now. I may have to set them back in the freezer for a minute. But look, this is what they look like dipped. I'm going to go set these in the freezer for a second, though, and let these stiffen up a little bit. Okay, I got me some water here. I'm gonna taste me one of these. Let's set this back on the stove. I want to keep that melted good. All right, let me try one of these out. This is the pumpkin spice bites. Mmm. These are nice. I think it needs a little more cinnamon, in my opinion, than the recipe put. I like the honey in it. You can tell it's almond butter. You can taste the nutmeg good. Mmm. Let me drink some water. I flavor my water. It's great. Y'all watch The Office. It's one of my favorite shows of all times. My Dunder Mifflin cup here. That is right. That is my water cup. Ah, those are good. Very good, by the way. It is 8 o'clock and I have not even eaten dinner yet. I didn't make dinner tonight because Jeffro doesn't feel well. He's in bed. Cilantro doesn't feel that great either. So I just scrambled Jeffro some eggs and made him some toast because he didn't feel good. And I just haven't made me anything yet. We had Longhorn last night. I had their battered chicken tenders. I only ate one because they ended up, it came with a baked potato, and I ate the baked potato, and I got cilantro and the Wild West shrimp appetizer. And I ate that, and then I got full. So my chicken is in the refrigerator, but okay, I'm going to give these cake pops just a few seconds here. And I'll be able to get them out of the freezer again. Thanks, Frank. He just didn't sleep well last night, but he don't know. He just feels kind of crummy. He's just feels weak and tired, and he slept till 11 o'clock today. And he's one that's used to getting up at 7 a.m. He goes to bed, gets up at 7 a.m. But he slept till 11 o'clock. He got up. He kind of just sat around, ate a little bit, went back to bed at 2 o'clock, and woke up at like close to 4. Played a few rounds of Apex with me and HB. And then he started falling asleep in his chair again. And I told him just to go to bed. So he went to bed and he's just watching movies on Pluto or Hulu or something. And I made him scrambled eggs and toast and made him give him some orange juice to drink. And he just said he feels exhausted. He just feels so tired. So hopefully he feels better. And then Cilantro had like a little stomach bug or something. So he's just had an upset stomach and he's feeling a little better today. So hopefully everybody is up to par soon. Let me check on these cake pops. So I just got these out, and I can finish dipping these. You almost may have to melt more chocolate because like you can see how much more cake batter is over there. After this tray, I still have quite a bit of cake batter left. These smell good. These seem to make a lot of though. I'll definitely have to make more sauce to dip in. Like, if I make these again, I would probably get that really good white chocolate and just melt white chocolate to dip these in. I just didn't have any at home. I thought I did. Like Gardelli or something, white chocolate. You can dip with it. It's really nice. Okay, almost got these done. Kind of had to tilt the pot sideways to get the chocolate to move forward. Ugh, these toothpicks almost don't want to get this bad boy out of here. Some of these I made a little too big. Okay. I'm definitely going to have to melt more chocolate. Okay, let's rotate these around. See if I can get to these last few here. See if I have enough chocolate left. Yep, it'll definitely take more chocolate, obviously. I'm barely going to have enough to do the last one here. There we go. Take this out. And there we go. That is our first batch of cake ball pops. As you can see, I still have like all that left. Let's see, let me go over here. Quite a bit. And then these are the cake pops. Cheesecake, pumpkin spice cheesecake cake balls. I just put a little bit of sprinkles on them. And then the pumpkin spice bites. So, let me see. Is there a small one of these? Yeah. So, that's what they look like. I'm going to try one out. There's the center. Hey, Roxy. You can see the pumpkin. It has the cream cheese in it for our cheesecake. These are delicious. Very good. I want to make that pumpkin spice cake again. And I want to decorate it with cream cheese icing. Man. Now that is some good cake pops. Delicioso. All right, guys. So that's it for stream tonight. We have our pumpkin spice bites and our pumpkin cheesecake cake balls or pops. These are the pumpkin spice bites we did tonight with our oatmeal. And these are the cheesecake bites. So these could be a good addition to like a Thanksgiving dinner kind of thing. If you have to, why is this getting so blurry tonight? If you have to bring something like a dish, these are really good. Real easy to make. Recommend them highly. These were good, but they don't wow me. Those wow me. Those are tremendously good. Like the pumpkin spice bites, I would make them and maybe alter the recipe because I told you this was something new I'd never made. I probably add a little more cinnamon, and it said honey or maple syrup. I'd like to try them with maple syrup instead of honey next time. And then these, they're just perfect. These taste really well, just how they are. There's so many things I would like to ship people that I ship, but I'm always afraid it'll melt before it gets there. Like, I would love it if I could make stuff and put it on dry ice. I just don't know how expensive dry ice is or anything about it, but something like ice packs to keep cold. Because my coworker every year at Christmas sends me from there's a place online where they dip strawberries and they have all kinds of flavors. She orders me a dozen every year for Christmas. And when I get the package, it has this ice pack in there. They're put down in a tray inside this foam, and then the ice pack is in there. And I don't know, like, it looks like spray insulation wrapped in plastic around it, and then the ice pack. So I'm like, I don't know. There's got to be a way to ship somebody something that is cold. I don't know. Because if there was, I would make Frank some bacon ranch cheesy potatoes, and I would send them to him. I guess I better get my ring back. But anyways, guys, I can't read Grand. Tonight is his off night. He'll be on tomorrow night. Don't forget to check him out. He comes on at 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern time. So make sure you go check him out. And thanks for stopping in. I'll put the recipes in the Discord where the other recipes are. And I appreciate you guys being here with me tonight. Thanks for hanging out. Make tomorrow a great one. Don't forget, tell someone you love them. Till next time. Bye bye.